Well, the day's over. I have to say, the day's over. It's 5:30. Um, I've been working way over there. Is the O gauge rolling roads? I have all the parts printed. Tomorrow I have to do the assembly, um, and some others. But I did the board. I stuffed it. I mean, yeah, this is just a board with holes in it. It has no tracks. So when you have to make a track, that's it. You have to make a track. So you use wire and jumpers and solder blobs to do that, and that's it. That's all you do. And all I'm doing is trying to test out the wiring orientation, that is the routing and inputs and outputs, and also a little bit on the size. But as you can see, we have everything we need, even the potentiometer, the trim pot for the idle speed. I put that in. Did not put a trim pot in for the go speed because it seemed like didn't have enough anyway. So we'll go from there. But in any case, it's built. It has all the parts in it on the right locations, and I would not recommend this as a layout, but just proving the point-to-point stuff, pinouts. This component has these 3 pins, and they route this way. And if you build it like that, draw it like that, it'll work. Now, the brainstorm I had earlier today, probably somewhere between waking up and having breakfast, I don't know when, was to, here I am with my gear. I have this really turned out great now. This gear is working beautifully and fits nice and all that on this particular chassis. Now they have others. We have some with the gear, some without the gear, and they're different. And this is an Atlantic, that's a Pacific, so that's different short. But, okay, all this wiring, there's only one grouping right here that goes back to the engine. This one pair go back to the engine. All of these other wires all stay here and do something here. So why not put this board in here? Why not put this board somewhere in here so it fits inside the cavity, as we can see it, fit right on top of that piece there, and work. And so I did the measurements and I tried a little bit, we'll see. But I also came up with a change to this part. And I changed it, and then I made a mod to go with the geared part. Now I have one where all of this is still in here. All of this is still in here, so it can hold a gear, but it looks like this. Okay, and I had to increase this slot a lot. I forgot about all the stuff in there, so I got to increase it. I'm printing that modified one there right now. But eventually, this slot will be big enough for all this to fit into, so it'll all fit down on it. And then this will rest down like that. It will screw onto the whatever that is, the fields, and it will fit down. I cut this off, and it'll fit right down on that pad, right there. It'll fit right on that pad there and rest. But the screws here will hold it. And on top of this, right on top of this, yeah. What's that for? What's all that room in the back? Why do we need all that room in the back or in the front? What's that? Well, if you recall, we have Chuff soundboards, 2 of them, right there, tiny little soundboards, about that long. They could fit on here as well. I think we can squish this down a little bit more, and we can get these 3 boards on: the amp, the sound board, and the puffer board. I think we can get those 3 on here. I'll get the dimensions, I'll send them to Robert, and we'll see what we can do. But I'm hoping we can get all these on here because they all do the same thing. They all wire into stuff here. All he needs is 7, 8 volts. He can run off the smoke heater, or he can run off of the input here. It all depends. And a trigger to go. And I could use the same trigger for the go and capture it with an infrared light, something back here, so that when it does fire go, he fires the chuff sound. And that's what I did here. I had a thing, and it was working, and we're doing it. You saw it maybe, but we did. And so I'm thinking that'll work, and this thing will start to just come down and really, really work out. And then the hope is we sit here with our smart smoke board and our puff and chuff boards, and the engine is really loaded but nice and tidy, and just looks great. I think there's a way to do it. I think we can do it. What the hell? This thing got caught on something. Okay, there, he's off now. All right, so this goes here on his adapter. This would come over there and go there, and it would all look great. It would all look great. I think so. So I can't quite get him over here. He's not cooperating. See, I told you, they won't cooperate when you want them to. We got this big thing sticking out. That's not supposed to be there. I got this is there. It's not supposed to be there. So they're going to fight for space. Pacifics are always a little longer, and that's always a little better, but I'm not worried. I think that's what we're going to have. The chips are in there. They're not even the real chips. These are the surface mount chips that I've modified my way, which is probably crazy. And I got all the right parts. I have not put power to this. What I was doing was ohming it out, and I found I had I chose the wrong resistor. I made a mistake. I had a 3K instead of a 5K, so I had to cut it out and replace it. But I've got the routing, I've tested it, the flow, plus coming in. I'm going back to the original schematic, then I'm, validating it with this, and when it's all done, I'm going to document this sort of like the as-built. This is what I did, color code and route it and everything, and it'll be a lot cleaner, and it'll be accurate. And tomorrow, I'm hoping we'll be able to do that. We're having a delivery tomorrow, so I'm going to be a little screwed up, but as soon as that's out of the way, bingo, I'm going to work on this, baby. All right, I got to get up. Oh, so tired. This is really hard on your eyes, I have I have this thing, this magnifier, which is supposed to help, and sometimes it does, but you know what? It's so fat, you can't really get around. Oh, the part's done. Let's look at it. See if it'll peel off one-handed. Oh, look at that. One-handed flew off. Look at that. Uh-oh. The little outline stuck to it. Hold on. Hold the phone. Can I get it off? Oh, of course. One-handed. There we go. All right. Get that off of there. That's a crazy thing. That's not supposed to be there. Oh, it's stuck. There's a thing that's stuck. All right, here we go. Does it fit? If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. Oh, where am I looking? I wasn't even looking what I was looking at. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. It goes in. It sticks out. It's a little tight here. Got some tweaking, okay? Got some tweaking. But you can see the bolt holes are in there. The gear is there. And what I could do from this platform, let me get where you could see. I'm so sorry. I'm so excited. What I could do from this platform is, you see how we have these sensors, glued in here and hanging down there. We can figure out what works best from here and drill down or place them or put them where we want, and they'll be precise and they'll be there every time. And look, we could even bring one and put it over here, or bring one and put it over here. Just hang them from underneath, and look, there's where the limit switch would go if we decide to go that route. Oh, well, I can feel it. Something doesn't quite feel perfect. I got to do some fiddling, probably some touch up or something. I'm not sure, or maybe just I'm not familiar with it, what it should feel like. Never built one before, but okay. And this is short. The reason it's short is this damn thing with the, when you get the motor and all that in there, you know, it starts getting close and close. So runs into problem. All right. That's it. That's where we're going to go. And then tomorrow I'll build this one. And it'll slide down. The gear will actually be hanging. The gear will be hanging on this one. So it'll just all slide down. Pretty cool. Oh, man. That looks nice. That's going to be nice. I could extend it back. I could even go back further. You see that? If you look into there, yeah, you can go back. I cut it short. I could go back. It does get taller, so you can't be as high, but you could go back. And you can see that board's not that big. It's not that big. Right? Let's see. You got that. You see that? Okay. Then I hold this up, and you see this. It's got wires hanging from it all over, but you can see its height is really, what is it? It's that high. That's that high. Pretty close. Pretty close. Okay. Tomorrow's a big day. I think we're going to be wiring this. I'm going to put the power to it carefully. Check out everything multiple times. Make sure I don't have anything shorted. That's always a problem when you do this globby stuff. You know, they touch. Oh, you're screwed. But you do your best and hope and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And if it runs, I'll make a video of that. I'll run it probably over here. I'll just set it on top of here and run it so that we're using all the same crap. And then if it does, then I'm going to try to mount it and put it on top of it and get the one printed for this guy and put it all together so it's like this and it would sit there. That'd be cool. And just keep chugging. That's all I can do. Wow, it's built. There's the wiring. I knew there's a lot of wire. Way too much. Not even going to do this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I could shorten these for sure, but I don't know if I even need I guess I do need the connectors, but they could be a hell of a lot shorter. I just stuck them on. I just get it built, Dennis. Come on, let's go. Okay. So tomorrow's another day. Take care, gang. Keep chugging.